Hey beautiful souls, how can I make your guys' days today? Gonna be using it's kind of a psychological hack today. Basically means that I can get power out of this amethyst, and I think I'm gonna make someone's day in this video. Basically, if you want to access, if you want to access peak states, I am not energized today. You're about to know why. You're about to know why. Just slowing down. So David Snyder said in his series on how to attract women, and you'll find this to just make quite a bit of sense, that you can train into yourself, because of course you can. If you train your best, if you train your most attractive way of walking and walking state to be your default way of walking, then guess what? You'll, by just sheer common sense, you'll see the most attractive that you can around the place. Well, I already attempted that months ago before my confidence walk. Don't think it would work out until now. Because now I think I have to use my mood-related quartz and my tiger's eye in order to have the emotions, in order to access that state throughout the South World. Although the state that I am in, which could be equally as beneficial, is using this amethyst, which is a really common one. So if you've got an amethyst or a similar relaxation crystal, then go ahead. Then just go ahead and use your most relaxed walk. And also see if you can, during your most relaxed walk, go ahead and see if you can relaxingly swing your arms up to about this level here. I'm not pointing to my heart, I'm pointing to the middle of my thoracic diaphragm. Two people running. Good for them. Or let's just hope they have some good nutrition and physiotherapy and good breathing down. They probably don't have all three, especially the last one. Basically, because I don't know why it's taken this long to notice this. That this tripod might not be big enough to. Yeah, I think it's just about big enough to have me consistently my head consistently in the middle of the frame. May or may not be. So, last night, oh boy, I was so damn bored. I have not been able. I have basically had this reverse sleep schedule since, a month or two ago? Wow, something that's not very good in my eyesight. Wow. So, last night, basically couldn't sleep throughout the entire night and was basically bored. Because I'm so bored so much of the time, it's why I come up with so much stuff that's useful to a person who isn't exhausted and is functioning relatively well, which is partially me. Because I'm always on some of the most quality foods you can get. Gives me a lot of power. it basically makes my head spin a lot. Although, in order to not have that, I basically use Amy Cody's relaxation power pose, which is scientifically proven. You can just go ahead and look up Amy Cody TED Talk, and she'll show you the scientific proof to the power poses. I am setting the autofocus to this, so that perhaps light in the background shifting. And if you consider it with some of the foundational knowledge which I've added to that power pose, among others, there's specific energy. So since that's a universal energy line, one, you can use it to even, it's not a hack, although I'm going to call it a hack, to basically hack your interactions with other people. Like, if you can feel a person's relaxed energy line through the energy line of that power pose. You remember when I posted about David Snyder's ability to just drop someone onto the floor instantly just by feeling their energy lines? Yeah, well, depending on how emotionally progressed you are, like I could do similar, like I already have done a lot, with that same principle, just with the energy line. So, like common sense here. If you can comprehend that theory, which is really damn simple, and it works too damn well for me. Like, I don't know why it took me so long to just figure out that you don't use crystals the most effectively by feeling your way around an energy field, trying to drain the vitality out of them. Oh, I was doing that for so long. That was so limiting. So limiting. They basically run through the energy lines of your state, of the state that you're in. And of course, the state that you're in automatically carries all of your intentions, which is plain obvious. Unless you are as exhausted as I am, and have been that way for the last 2 years. Oh boy, I've only just started to take a break for a fortnight today. Now that I discovered the resources that I do on archive.org, which are free, I guess you don't have to purchase a PS4. Although the computer's not very... My computer's battery only lasts for like 2 hours. Apple, you're very overpriced. So, especially if your phone doesn't. Especially if your phone is not designed to emergency call. If it has a standard case on it. And you have a passcode that's custom. So basically, you can, if you want to make your life a lot easier, and you want a bit of an emotional aid to make yourself a bit more powerful emotionally, then you can go ahead, say, just for this one, because it's proven by Amy Cuddy. So I basically don't have to say, trust me on this one. I can say, Amy went into the science and proved it. It's in everyone. If you have a relaxation crystal on you or similar, like a clearance crystal, then you can go into the relaxation power pose, and because if you're a person who's unable to relax because of whatever, especially if you're unable to relax because you're scared of something, and even scared of something too much that you just can't relax with yourself as yourself, i.e. without an aid, or you're just way too damn angry, then the crystal will help you into the peak relaxation state, And guess what? You also can't be angry in that state, because if you do a basic lookup, the opposite of anger is calm. Or at least one of the opposites of anger is calm. I don't think it's a linear thing. So basically, you can counteract a lot of anger if you just have one of these crystals with you, or something similar, which they're not very expensive. Like, you could sacrifice, what, a month or two of what, Netflix, which, if you're watching those shows, you either don't have a lot of willpower on you to overcome the effects that suck you in. I'm very easily able to just get myself off the show if I want to. And they're pretty much all of them in today's time are just templated and terrible. They're really not putting in any effort anymore, are they? But the last quality movie was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, as far as I'm aware of, and the Marvel universe is just going downhill. Avengers Endgame was the last good movie. So don't trust me, because I haven't really watched any of the new Marvel films. I haven't. Just don't really care less. So basically, once you go into Amy Cody's relaxation power pose, at least one of them, and you have an amethyst, in about under 5 minutes, you should get into a peak relaxed state. And then, what I found was that you'll actually feel like your hands merge into the crystal, perhaps without noticing it. To me, that's kind of like if you have a really good connection with someone and you have total physical trust with them and physical contact with them, then it feels like you two just merge together. I think that's what's happening with the crystal too. And this is just based on energy lines being the same and acting in the same direction. And of course, crystals are sometimes quite a lifesaver. Well, like, you could just put so much emotions into crystals, just with the knowledge that, say, this thing is a better stress ball than stress ball. Like, you can go into it, which I never do. I never do into this one. I do with my really thoughts, and it'll suck up the anger or anything. It'll just suck it up. And because you're applying it directly into the energy world, because crystals are well known as being a communication medium between this physical world and the spiritual planes, and I'm not sure on specifically what it is. Although I'm definitely traveling through something every day now that I'm hugging a lot of people with my third eye, and that last night was the first time when I was able to do that properly, as far as I'm aware of. Then I tell you, I got so frustrated last night where me and my dad play a game of Monopoly, and after he leaves, I just want to go to sleep on the sofa, and completely unexpectedly, the chair kicks up, and just I'm operating in near pitch black. I'm operating in complete pitch black. I'm moving around in complete pitch black, because if I were to doze off through the night, I didn't want the light on, disrupting my sleep, and it knocked. Just laughing it off. Oh, I just got so frustrated. I'm so thankful for my golden mutated quartz, and oh boy, it doesn't really bother me now though, because I have my golden mutated quartz. Like if you want to scream for something as small as that, like just that one tick that just oh boy, wants to make a scream in the ocean. And you can't just run and scream in the ocean, and yeah, hope you brought, I really hope you brought some emotional maintenance objects like crystals. It doesn't have to be crystals, some emotional maintenance object like it that is 100% reliable, because otherwise you're gonna break something in your soul. Felt that too many times before. Never, might just be me, although nobody tells you how to use crystals properly. Uses. Like it helps attract this, that helps you gain this, that quality. As far as I'm aware of, nobody tells you just to that the use of crystals depends way more greatly upon your physiological state and how you're tensing your muscles into the crystals. Like just clenching my fist against this amethyst, which makes it so damn common sense. You don't have to use your third eye for really any of it. If that's in the tutorials, then bad on me. And that should also just make it so that you don't have to. Just that knowledge of crystals use your physiological. Use the way that you tense them and clench them and hug them throughout the power pose states, throughout every state and movement that's ingrained into your system that you're designed to have anyway. They're just used to gain more emotional power and over yourself and over other people in your interactions with other people, and as guidance. Like there are two ways that I actually get good guidance in this world. In a world which actually has no good guidance. Granted that the psychotherapy industry is blank. And by blank I'm censoring a word. The two ways are only transferred by Joey Sargent, Mia Kafkios and Diana Cooper via ways that they don't tell you how to access them, which I figured out. And the other is the higher the quality crystal you've got, the higher the quality guidance that you get in that specific state to access a deeper quality state that the crystal is used for. And the colour of the state. Well, once you just like in my view of the world, it simplifies stuff to not go through all the uses of every crystal on the planet. It's useful just to go, hey, name the color that the emotion is in your system, and find a crystal to match it, and that's it. It's that simple. They'll go. So, I'm not going to be using these two really high quality crystals to basically probably just wait through sleep and hug a lot of people in the process. once I hugged the part of my mother that I could resonate with, I finally actually got to hug someone with my third eye after after a couple of days, if not a week, of obsessive, compulsive, relentless practice. Next video is basically a huge compliment.